Well, it is hot as Satan's ass crack right now. My God.
These nuts.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kevin Taylor, aka Serena Rosekini, aka that bitch. Whatever you want to call me, I'm okay with all. He, she, Kathy, Regis Lee, call me, I don't know. Today we're going to be talking about Painted with Raven, episode 2. Overall, this is a pretty good episode. We're really getting into like these storylines and like learning more and more about our artists. One thing I noticed though, they are so close in these confessionals. I know they're probably like filming from home, but like who is telling them to be like... So today we had a mini challenge and I was really nervous about it, but I pulled through. Did you see this pour? Like, oh my God, I literally had to like back up away from my television because I was like afraid they were gonna like do the ring and like come through the television. I realized last week I did not talk about Raven's looks. I want to commend Raven to be in drag for like hours. Like they have to have time to like put on the makeup, they have to have time to like talk about it and like to set up shots and like, well, I don't know if they have to set up shots because it's on Zoom. I'm sure it takes a really long time. And she's in drag and she's like a trooper and she's all professional throughout the whole thing. That is to be commended. But I love this like creepy pop art look she has going on. Like there was like some pink and like some blue and like kind of a yellow tint to the skin with like the 4 dots that were like perfectly arranged. It's really hard to get a kind of straight line or to get that like perfect shape. And she did that. This is why she hosts the show, people. It's really interesting. Apparently these are like little mini challenges, like mini critiques. I thought it was gonna be like the full holiday theme, if you can tell by my look today. The mini challenges I actually do find interesting because you get to like get an extra point, so like there are stakes. And then it's like a low pressure environment, no one's gonna get muted. So you really do get to see the artists like take more risks than they would with the like main challenge makeup. First one I'm gonna talk about is Matt. Stole my look from last week, that fucking Thunderbolt. He stole that. He stole that. Matt looks really good. I really do like that he was the only one who went from like St. Patrick's Day. And I really like the green and the orange like clashing with each other because they're like almost like, you know, complementary, but like they're not. Like it adds this really cool like clashing but like complementing effect to them. It did almost remind me of a Gatorade bottle. It was giving Gatorade bottle. Like, you know, those like thirst quench bottle. Don't screenshot that and edit things onto me. Don't really need the 2 gems under the eyes. I understand it adds like dimension, like a different type of like, you know, texture. I don't know if it's necessarily necessary for this look. I do love the gold stripe too that gives like the 3D effect to the lightning bolt. That was really cool. That was a really nice touch. Overall, really, really nice. Probably him and Taj are like the top 2 performers for the challenge for me. First of all, let's have our moment. I need to talk about how much I love Bryce. I love Bryce. Okay, glad that moment's out the way. This look was good. It was fine. I really like the vein work. You know, a lot of artists would think to work like up with like eye makeup or like an eye-centric look, but it's really cool that he thought to work down. Really helped him stand out. He did Halloween. I feel like we weren't really scraping the bottom of the barrel with that one. Especially for someone like Bryce who's so creative and has such a like interesting mind. I want to see his mind. I want to see his brain. I want him to like just open it up and let all the Fruit Loops and sugar gumdrops and, you know, stones and whatever the hell he got up in there just like burst out onto the floor. We also talked about how much he loved Kimberly the Pink Ranger. Kimberly was like literally everything to me. She was like my awakening of like every single sexuality. So thank you, Amy Jo Johnson. Without you, I would not be here with eggs on my fucking head. Yvonne's look was fun. I think she was kind of constricted by the thing that it was like only an eye look, you know? I think it was like a full look with like 2 eyes and like maybe like some really cool like neon contouring and like all this stuff. It would be a lot more striking of a look, but it was just like so much. It was like really hard to take it in at one time. As a prompt, as a narrative, right? It was like it's Pride, it's Valentine's Day. You wouldn't contain it with a heart, you would like have it explode. So it would be like really, really cool if like all that explosion of color took place outside the heart and the heart kind of like framed it. Right? Through all this pride, there's love in the center. I think that would have been cool because constricting yourself to such a small area of like workspace. Again, I don't really know the constraints of like the challenge, how much they're allowed to, of their face they're allowed to use. I don't know. I would have liked to see that small change. And I think that would have made the world of a difference. The first one up actually is Taj. I really like Taj's look actually. The like bleeding heart. There's like a really good gradient of like that purple to like that really soft pink. I love the like, what's that called? Your heartbeat line? Your do. What is that called? whatever it is, it's really cool, and it's a really good idea for an eyebrow. Yeah, I really like the stone placement around the eyes. I feel like writing Kiss, you know, it kind of got a little like, okay. Only thing I would have changed is like I wouldn't have wrote Kiss. You don't need to write it out for people all the time. Jordan's look, I really like the Valentine's Day, his take on Valentine's Day, because it was like a bit murderous, like creepy, but like still had this like seduction to it. It was really, really cool. Only thing, and this is like probably my biggest makeup pet peeve, when people's makeup all comes to like the same point. Literally, it sends like shivers down my spine. Like, ugh. What I'm saying is like your eyebrow comes to the same point as like your eyeliner, as like your eye crease. It just like all converges into one point and like closes off your eye. And I wish that either like he had taken it past the eyebrow or like gone into the eyebrow with the crease, especially when you have this like amazing freaking artistry of like this butcher knife eyeliner. That was so cool, but it's really hard to take it in and like fully appreciate it because you're constricting yourself by leading all your makeup to the same point. Speaking of Jordan, Raven is so obsessed with cut creases. There's something about like a cut crease that just does something to her, I've noticed. Like every time someone has a cut crease, she like brings it up. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, cut creases are cool, but I think as far as like technical skill, they're like kind of an intermediate level. You know, when you have people doing like artistry and like so much amazing stuff, but you're like, you cut that crease. It's like, Jamon's look was really cool, it was like an Instagram look, you know? I found that interesting. I think of the Valentine's Day look, I think it had like the weakest concept. Oh my god, I feel like I'm shitting on Jamon with every fucking like thing. But I think Jamon's work in this episode actually was really, really good, and I really liked his character arc in the episode. He needs to work on like cleaning things up, you know? I think literally it would have taken this look from like where it is now to like the ultimate next level, maybe even the level after that, if he had literally just taken a flat concealer brush, a little bit of like a skin tone concealer, and went around the edges and really cleaned up the shape. It came off muddy, you know? I would have liked to see like some differentiation with color. Highlights aren't high enough, and his like contours aren't deep enough. You know, it's dimension. It's dimension with him. You know, Taj like always takes it there. It's like drag 24/7. And then Jamon is like somewhere over here, like doesn't always take it to like that next level and push the envelope. If they could meet somewhere in the middle, that would be so amazing. Oh my god. Also Jamon and these freaking colored lashes. I feel like every look is at a colored lash or like some type of lash. I feel like the lashes are so big sometimes that they cover up the eye makeup, you know? So Taj wins and gets like an extra point. I'll give it to him. Yeah, I agree with it. I think that's fair. I think that Matt was like just close behind. I think it's a bit easier to give the one to Taj, you know? It's a much more interesting storyline to have like the one who's like maybe like doubting themselves or like whatever, become the front runner, but still have like that seed of doubt in the back of their mind. It's kind of a bit of a mind fuck, but like it's reality TV. It's a competition TV show. Where would it be without a little bit of a mindfuck, right? So first one up for the main challenge was paper dolls. They have to use paper and like glue it to their face and like accentuate their makeup with it. As far as a prompt, how do I feel about it? Last week was all that sparkles. You know, there is definitely a makeup trend nowadays that like people want rhinestones in their makeup. People have been gluing stuff and sparkles to them for like the entirety of history. Paper though, paper seems like such a specific medium. And I feel like with paper makeup, it almost can sometimes verge into like the crafty side, you know? Not my favorite theme in the world, but I understand like the purpose of the theme. First up, we have Yvonne. I really like Yvonne's look. She really went there with the paper. I really like the paper eyelashes. I really like the paper kind of like headpiece, crown, hair, wig, hat thing going on. Really, really nice work. I did not like when they said that flowers are predictable. I don't think that like a makeup theme can be predictable. I think the application of a makeup can be predictable. And I think that she was definitely like outside of the box with the way she used the flowers. You know, it wasn't like, a flower crown. It was like a really cool flower headpiece. I think if she wanted to take it to the next level, she could have thrown in some like origami butterflies, like flying away from the flowers, like coming down her face or something. If they really wanted her to amp it up. She had this really cool like white waterline. If that was like a different color, like the blue eyeshadow, but then like a neon green with like the under eye, it would have added more color. It would have related more to like theme. I think that would have been really, really cool. And with the lashes are cool, but if you want to take it there, take it there. Make those lashes like, take a fucking tip from Jamon, make those lashes go all the way out. Overall, it was a perfectly safe look. I don't understand why she got so much flack. The next person up is Jordan. Before I have to say this, I need to know, I used to watch a lot of Smosh, right? This look was giving me so much Oishi high school battle vibes. Does anyone remember that when Smosh did anime? It is literally like, if you Google it, the red hair bows, the heart in the center, the pink hair, it's literally the exact same look. I don't know if that was like some type of subconscious thinking or like consciously referencing that, which is like a deep reference, but like I got it. So I appreciate Jordan for going there. I appreciate Jordan for like taking it there. Like the anime with the big exaggerated eyes, and like I think he glued down his brows and he had like a really cool lip. It was a really, really fun idea. The whole thing about the hair being a headpiece, who cares? Who cares? It's on your face. I don't know if they wanted them to do their entire face with paper, or if they wanted the paper to accentuate the makeup that they have. Like, is it a gluing shit to your face competition, or is it a makeup competition? Just let me know, and then we can go from there. But I do think that the paper was underwhelming. I think if he really wanted to take it there, he could have cut like strips of white and strips of like a brighter pink and made like highlights and lowlights in the hair. And that would have added a bit more dimension to the face. I think the bows even could have had really cool like dangling pieces. I like the striped blush across the face. It was an interesting way to utilize the paper and like add it to that anime feel. The eyes, he painted like actual irises, which is like so cool and so technically profound. The lashes were so heavy and the eye was so dark that we couldn't see his actual eye, or like the white of his actual eye. It just looked like he would have like an aggressive squint going on the entire time. More white, more bright, maybe a less heavy lash, or like if he was wearing contacts or something, that would have really helped elevate the look as well. Overall, I think it was a really good look, but do I think it was enough of a look to save him from the bottom after being the bottom from last week? No. And the next one up is Taj. First of all, a big thank you to Todd for like bringing this topic of like blackness and like black issues to the television show. I really do appreciate that conversation being like opened. The execution of the concept. It's a really difficult thing. It's a really difficult thing, like discussing blackness in art. You know, it's a sensitive topic for like pretty much every black person. My main issue with it is the balance. There's like a supreme lack of balance in the look, right? He's going for like a half, you know, split down the middle, like stereotype side, you know, actual sort of everyday black person side. There was so much more on the stereotype side, and stereotype sides commanded so much more attention. It either needs to be like even. This is the stereotype side, this is the side, they're balanced, you know? Or he could have gone like, the stereotype is just exaggerated. It's nothing but paper, this is all makeup. Or he could have done like the black person underneath and then have the stereotypes on top. So like the lips are here with like a piece of shit up here, with like, you know, big dangling hoop earrings and like the frizzled hair. That would have portrayed the topic a bit more. It was a powerful look. It was definitely a powerful look, but I just wish the execution was a bit more solid. The interaction between Taj and Ryan was like so impactful. By the way, Ryan, okay, I thought muted you were just gonna be like gone. The fact she just has to sit there and like look pretty and like watch and like talk on a whiteboard. Could have at least given her some confessionals. Maybe some like little emojis or something. I don't know. Bryce is up next. I really like Bryce's look. I think some of the critiques were warranted, but I also think they went a bit harsher than they had to. It's a good look. You cannot deny it's a good look. If you saw it on your Instagram, if you saw it in a magazine, if you saw it in like a makeup book, you would think, yeah, like that's a good makeup look. I think knowing Bryce, knowing what Bryce is capable of, going through the audition process with Bryce, stalking Bryce's, you know, Instagram, like social media and stuff, you've probably seen this look from Bryce, sure. But it's still a good look. My critiques of it, you know, they're so angular with like the spikes and the armor. It reminded me of Eternals, actually. I wish there were like the contouring on the face reflected kind of the pieces. He has this really cool piece that juts out here, but it's just all contour. If he had like a little triangular highlight right there, it would take it to the next level. I do agree though, this is the exact same eye shape and the exact same contacts that he's done for literally every look in the competition so far. Do I think it was a deserved bottom? Matt's look? I don't know. I think they're just on a roll on trying to like beat Matt down. Matt has not faltered in any of his looks so far. The way he's been judged has not really reflected that. But again, it might be like a Bryce thing where like they knew you were gonna do good and they're kind of like rewarding the people who like are really pushing their boundaries and like pushing themselves as artists. They're the ones getting rewarded more. Is that a fair treatment? I don't know. It's really up for you to decide. What I don't like is that like we're not acknowledging how good the looks are. Oh my god, it's so amazing. It's like a bumblebee priestess. Don't ask me how or why. It just, those two words like really came to me when I saw this, bumblebee priestess. It's really interesting. They said that they wanted more paper on the lips. I actually didn't like the paper on the lip. The lip was ombre, like, to perfection. Or if you were gonna do paper on the lip, do white and then like have the like strip so it looks like a natural gloss. Going into like attention to detail, Matte took the black all the way down. It looked like seamless. That is a smart makeup artist. That is a makeup artist who cares. Those small things, it really makes a difference. Last one up is Jaman. Jaman's look, so gorgeous, especially after the story he told of like acceptance with his family, which is such an important story. And I'm so glad he got his moment to share that, because for a lot of POCs, specifically Black people, that is a harsh reality of the world, right? The people who like brought you into this world are the ones who like can be your biggest bully sometimes, and the ones who bring you like the most strife and the most grief. This look is so gorgeous. It's palpable emotion, right? You can like feel his emotion. Every cut, every butterfly has a different emotion assigned to it, and you can tell. And that's when I also get into, is it a gluing shit to your face competition or is it a makeup competition? Because the gluing shit to your face, the paper, oh my god. The makeup application underneath the paper, it was a bit shoddy. The green neck did not go all the way down. It was patchy, it was translucent, it was not layered, it was not set. You know, the whites could have been more crisp, there could have been a bit more gray contouring and grayscale on this side. The black could have gone all the way down the neck. Like, those things, you know, really do make a difference in the look. From a narrative standpoint, from a makeup standpoint, it was definitely a high look. Maybe the best look of the night. The placement of the butterflies, I love that it was rainbow, but I wish that they maybe framed the face a bit more. It was just like a big conglomerate of butterflies. I wish there was like, maybe like the purple ones form the contour, and like you had the pink ones to make the blush, the yellow ones to make like a highlight, the blue ones to like arch up into an eyeshadow. So overall, this is a really strong episode. I would have ranked Jordan and I don't know. So Jaman was definitely in the top for me. Taj's places in the top, I understood, but I still would have put Matte in the top. I might have put Yvonne and Taj as safe, and I might have put Bryce and Jordan in the bottom. Talking about predictability with Yvonne, it's not predictable to go out there with paper flowers on your head. It is predictable to do the same eye shape with the same contact, with the same contouring style as you always do, right? I guess I would have switched Matte and Taj, but I understand why Taj was high. And I'm very thankful that Taj was high. 420, woo, yeah. So we end up with my baby daddy and Jordan in the bottom. But I really do love Matte for bringing up, like, maybe one week we'll have one top with like 3 safes and 2 bottoms. Maybe we'll have like a 3-way bottom. Invite me. There's so many possibilities, you know, and I really do think the show like takes that on, because it'll leave us as viewers like on our fingertips, or well, it'll leave us as viewers on our like, what is it called? Toes? On our toes? It'll leave us on our toes? On our feet? It'll leave us on the edge of our seat? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Their 2-minute paint for this week was a nose contour challenge. I thought they were evenly matched. But nose contour is so individual, it's really hard to judge. Sometimes people like harsher, sometimes people like just the straight line, some people Raven specifically likes the exclamation point. There's just so many ways to do it, and it comes up to a personal preference, versus a smoky eye, which is like the application of blending. This one's kind of like, can you frame a nose? Jordan kept up. I was really thinking Jordan was gonna send my baby daddy home, and I was gonna be really, really, really sad. Excited for Jordan, but like sad for my baby daddy, because I was gonna have to hold him and be like, it's okay, baby. I'm really glad that Bryce got to stay. I'm glad he's gonna be here for another week. And I really do hope that he takes these critiques into account, and that next week it's like a totally different artist. We get Ryan back next week. The next challenge is like face tattoos. Sure, yay, great. We're just gonna judge the line work. Nice. This is a really good episode. I'm really, really excited to see what they have for next week. And I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring. So yeah, I think that's all I have for this week. See you guys later. Bye.
I never said LGBT last night. I said SIN.